No, I'll ask a couple questions. It's super informal here. Look, we're gonna use this. All right, Gus Bennett here. Yeah, I'm using the beer. Beer's my cameraman. This is Rob Salonga.
Yep.
He is a war reporter. Just kidding, a crime reporter here in Oakland. I have a do-over. Mulligan.
Expand the...
To the Bay Area.
Cover the Bay Area.
Boom. Gus Bennett here, war reporter. I'm sorry. Bay Area crime reporter, Rob Salonga. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, Rob Salonga. So Salonga, where's that from?
That's Filipino.
Oh, are your folks from the Philippines?
Yeah,
or?
they are. I'm a first generation. My dad got here by joining the U.S. Navy,
Got
and
it.
My mom was a nurse in a nursing exchange program. Most of my family's in the Philippines.
You speak Tagalog?
I understand it. I can speak it conversationally. If I'm surrounded by people who only speak Tagalog, it reactivates.
How about this? Ba ba ba, ba 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 ka ba. I mean, it's going down?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know.
That's interesting that's what you learn.
Salamat po. So, how long have you been in the Bay Area?
Grew up in San Jose. Went to UCLA for college, at Washington, D.C. for grad school. I've been back in the Bay Area for over a decade now.
Who do you work for now?
Mercury News and East Bay Times, yeah.
And you go all over the Bay Area with cops sometimes. You do crime reporting.
Yeah, I mean, we've been on some gang raids and some house raids. Those are probably the more exciting things. We cover a lot of protests. Oakland's kind of ground zero for protesting in the Bay Area. Going back to 2009, we've had major protests almost every year.
And the millions of people watching this are wondering, what are all these people protesting?
And to revolve around social justice, criminal justice, social justice. Oakland has a very long history with racial tension and civil rights. It's where the Black Panther Party was started, with Oakland kind of the symbolic center of the civil rights movement. And then you have Berkeley very nearby, which has its own history of protest.
All right, so, wait.
Can I get a different one? Can I get a different one?
All right, I'm gonna bend the rules. I'm gonna bend the rules. 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 Bend the rules.
Oh, it's gone. On to sports.
I'm a San Francisco 49ers fan, a San Francisco Giants fan, a Golden State Warriors fan.
So what's your opinion on KD?
Clearly glad to have him.
Okay, so very important question here. The Wire, season 5, good or full of shit?
It's half and half. It's not inaccurate. It's embellished, but everything about The Wire is embellished.
Right.
There's nothing that was, beyond the base path. His book that kind of started his new career, The Corner, was predicated on him writing about a drug corner in Baltimore where he just got to hang out for a year and then write about his experiences. None of us would be allowed to do that anymore because we have so much to cover and we don't have nearly as many people as we used to. So I understand where he's coming from, but I don't think he always voices enough sympathy for kind of the circumstances in which journalists are now.
Yeah.
I've been antagonized. I have had colleagues who have been attacked. Democracy doesn't happen without free press. The only profession outlined in the Constitution is journalism. Freedom of the press. Unless you want to count lawyers because they wrote the thing. As far as being expressly mentioned, journalists were the only profession delineated in the Constitution. That's how important that function is, how important free press is, because they were going to do what the king wasn't.
All right, if you had to choose between meteorology and crime reporting, what would you choose?
I have to cover weather when it gets crazy. That's a lot of science, man. Journalism, you just have to know a little bit of a lot of things. That's probably the best thing about the job, is you're always learning.
What type of tree would you be?
I'm partial to the redwood. Maybe it's because I'm a California kid. I'm fairly fond of those.
What would your superpower be?
Probably just freshening the air. I'll just be the giant version of that car freshener.
You could walk around San Francisco and go to the smellier parts and just make the air clean.
I just go to the Haight, yeah.
Oh yeah, go to the Haight
and
and
just a block away.
Just clean it up. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, and if you could. That's hilarious. Those legs sticking out that window. And if you could deliver one message to the millions of people that follow you on the social networks, what would you say?
Support your local journalism. You can't let that go away. You have the AP, you have the Washington Post and the New York Times, but they're not covering your local neighborhood. They're not covering your local city right now because we're in a downturn. People are getting away with all kinds of shit right now because there aren't enough people to pay attention to it.
Support local journalism. Yeah, that's good. The cameraman is a beer. No questions from the cameraman.